Hey ladies, it's Susan Crease and I'm the director of 31, and thank you guys so much for joining me today. Today we are going to start part 3 of the Build Your House series, and specifically we're going to talk about getting bookings at the party. So the last 2 times we talked about basically the blueprints of getting your business set up and getting ready to start asking for bookings. We talked about the Frank's list. We talked about, what else did we talk about? Having those conversations out in public. Well, today we're going to talk about the party. Okay, so let me get my screen here. And I apologize for not having an official Zoom on this. We had some pretty sick kiddos. So I apologize again, but thank you for joining in. So today it's going to be kind of a shorter training. There is a lot in the training packet where we need to interact. So I'm going to give you some homework at the end of this. So if you have not done homework yet for the first 2 parts, it's time to start getting to work. Okay, so ladies, the party is really where your business grows. Without parties, you just kind of are stagnant. And so that is either a face-to-face, a home party, an online party, a catalog party. If your business is in a rut, I wrote this quote down from one of the home office trainings. Cindy says, if you're ever feeling doubtful about your business or you feel like you're in a rut, you need to have a party. So one party can spark a whole line of parties. So, but let's specifically talk about the party today. Everything happens at the party. So whether that is bookings, recruiting, potential networking with other direct sellers, everything goes down at the party. So it's really important that you as a consultant start to work on your party presentation. Okay, let me go back here. Where is my, oops. Oh, my goodness gracious, sorry. So let me give you guys a little thing that I took away from conference 2 years ago. So, and I promise I'm going to bring this back around to the party. So, one of the NEDs was on stage, and ladies, this was my aha moment. We were talking about, those you've been spotted cards that a lot of consultants give out. So if they're in Target, you'll see someone walking around with, a large utility tote stuffed with their groceries. And Susie Consultant comes up and says, oh my gosh, I love your bag, 31 bag. Do you have a consultant? This NED said something that changed my business forever. She said, my goal with my customers is that when Susie Consultant comes up to them in Target and says, do you have a consultant? I want them to immediately say my name, not anybody else's name. And that really stuck with me. And it got me thinking, are my customers, are my party guests going to say my name? And what am I going to do to make that happen if they aren't? So as we talk about the party presentation, ladies, it's so important that your main focus at that party is to start building relationships. So as soon as you walk in that door, as soon as you start meeting those guests, your immediate focus should be on nurturing that brand new relationship. If you're in a circle of friends that kind of keeps booking off of each other, your goal should be to continue to cultivate those relationships and make them stronger, so that in fact, when it comes to Susie Consultant stopping them in Target, they're going to say, oh no, I do have a consultant and her name is fill in the blank with your name, and I shop from her. Thank you for your card. So I just wanted to kind of use that story to kind of springboard what we're going to talk about today, which is your party. Okay. Party is super duper important. Again, you're going to meet your hostesses, future hostesses. You're going to meet your possible future team members. So when you go to the party, prior to the party, whatever you need to do to psych yourself up to get into that booking mentality, do it. Sounds cheesy, but I blast some music on my way to the party. Whether you have a party theme or like, Eye of the Tiger type thing, you need to get into that frame of mind. If you're going to a party with the mindset of, I'm really nervous, which obviously is true. I don't know. I should ask these people if they want to party. Stop doing that. When you walk into that room, you are a CEO and you determine whether or not you're going to get bookings. So when you get up in front of that crowd, you know that they need to party. They need to get that free stuff. They can't afford that huge wish list. So you need to have that mentality that you have what they need. You're kind of like a drug dealer, right? So, but you have what they need and you need to walk in confidence, okay? That was another thing that we heard at our home office training that struck a chord with me. Okay, so first of all, my first tip is make sure they know your name. Cultivate those relationships so that when Susie consultant meets them in Target, they're going to say your name and not, I don't know. She was at my cousin's party and I don't remember what her name is. Make sure they know your name. Second of all, own your business. Have that booking mentality when you get to the party, okay? 2 tips. Now, let's talk about, I'm sorry, I drew a blank because I heard my kids. They're still homesick. So the next thing you want to do is evaluate your party presentation. Ladies, there is no right or wrong way to have a party. Home office has given us kind of a guideline, a beautiful guideline, an easy guideline of what your party plan should look like. So, and I'm specifically talking about the home party right now because let's be honest, the home party really is the bread and butter of your business. While I've had a lot of success with Facebook Party and online, there's still something missing that doesn't happen like it does at the home party. So I'm specifically talking right now about the home party. So home office has set up the WOW party presentation for us to follow. Do you have to do it? Nope. But it's a super easy way to host a party. W is your welcome. So make sure that you welcome your host. I usually have them go around and say something that they appreciate about the hostess because we are a CER company. We want that hostess to feel valued and loved on by her guests. So you do your welcome. I would do a brief, 1 minute, why are you a 31 consultant? So you can start planting those recruiting seeds along the way, which we will talk more about recruiting at another training. But you can start sprinkling those seeds. Why are you a 31 consultant? What has 31 done for you? So then the next you would move on to the O of the WOW, which is offering solutions. So again, this is where your CEO mindset needs to come into play, okay? You're not just up there selling bags. I mean, you are, but you need to have the mentality that you have solutions for their problems. So if they are struggling with getting all of their kids' homework and that kind of command center organized, your job is to give them those solutions. And you can do that. And by offering those solutions to them, you're a problem solver. People are going to a party to have fun and they want to see what you can offer them because time is precious. So you need to get the most out of that party. No pressure, right? So O, offer solutions. And W is wrap it up. So you're going to want to kind of conclude your party just with, thank yous. You're going to want to offer booking seeds because my goodness, you want to leave that party, you've got that booking mentality, you want to get those bookings on your calendar. So I posted in our team pages yesterday. The tag team did a great live chat about getting more bookings. And one of the things that they said was always try to replace your current party that you're at with another one. So as you're closing out one, there should be another one to take its place. And I think that's genius. And she even said she went as far as to say, before she left her car to go back home, she tried to book if she didn't get any at that party. There are tons of ways to get bookings, ladies. There's not one that I can say is tried and true and it works every time. But do some research. Leaders are learners. If you want to grow your business, you need to continually be looking for fun new ways to get parties booked, to get your customers engaged. There are so many games that you could play. Some are games that don't even seem like games, but they are games. Because you have people who are like, oh, games, no. But there are ways. So you can Google them. Some of the ones that I love for booking is like the purse game. If you Google my guru, Melissa Feetsum on YouTube does the purse booking game. That has helped a lot with getting bookings for myself. You could also, there's the dice game, which I think is Sherry Hudspeth. What other booking games? Well, you can Google them. Go on YouTube. If you Google booking games, another great one for kind of planting that booking seed is hostess stacking. So you can go ahead on YouTube and also just search hostess stacking. That one really works well for me. Basically what you do is you load your hostess up with a bunch of products, and in the end, you would say how much she's paying retail for all of those products. And you do it from a $600 party standpoint and a $1,200 standpoint. And ladies, the saving, like people have, it's jaw dropping when they see a $1,200 party and how much the hostess pays out of pocket for a ton of product. So that's something that I always have found to be quite effective. So again, just go ahead and look. 31 has some amazing games and things like that. Think about it as you are working on your party. Think to yourself, and I do this all the time. Like, you've been to some direct sales parties that have just kind of bombed. Okay, we've all been there, and you're like, oh my gosh, I just want her to stop talking. So you need to evaluate now, are your parties fun? Would you want to go to your own party? If your answer is no, then you need to start looking for fun new ways to bring life back to your party, because girls are going to want to party with you when they've had a good time. So again, I'm going to encourage you to hop on to TOT, hop on to 31, and just start looking. I have tried some party presentations that just have bombed, I'll be honest. But then I've also had some that are just amazing. The Backwards Party, which is pretty much my tried and true party presentation at the moment. You literally start at the back of the catalog with recruiting. You talk about the enrollment kit, and you kind of go backwards. And it's that easy. And I always started off by saying, do you guys want to know the best deal in the catalog? Because I'm cheap. And I flip it and I talk about that $99 kit. Okay, and then I just kind of go through the backward. Here's our personalization. Let's talk personalization. Let's talk utility, and then I just kind of go from that. Again, you can Google that. I think that's Trisha Edmondson. I'm not sure. But again, if you go search backward party scripts, and I think I have it on our team freeze page. I can put it on Marsley's too. I don't think it's updated for this fall catalog. But all that to say, there are tons of ideas out there for you to make your party exciting. Something to keep in mind, and again, I know we talked I said I'd talk about recruiting later, but the easier your party is, the more likely people are going to say, I could do that. I could easily get up there for 30 minutes and do just what she did. So make your party presentation something that anybody could do. Okay. If you're using notes, tell them. If you have, and I bring my clipboard and I'll say, it's easy. I'm using these notes. There you go. That way people are like, oh my gosh, I'm not a salesperson. So when they see that at the end, when you're checking out, you can say, would you like to learn more about the 31 opportunity? Again, we're talking about that another time, but I just want to throw that in there. Something else you should be doing at the party to get those bookings is asking at checkout. How many of you are guilty of not asking or specifically saying, oh my gosh, she would never want to have a party. I can tell. Stop doing that. Again, when you have that booking mindset, you know that you need to be asking everybody, because you know what? You're a CEO and you have something very exciting to share with them, and their friends are going to love it. And if you have that mentality that not everybody wants to party with you, or they won't be interested because you think they won't be interested, you're not going to get bookings. So if you need something to hold you accountable, I'm not saying you have to do it, but if you do, how about trying something like this? During your presentation, when you're talking about hosting a party, which stop saying hosting a party. I think that really sets people off. You could say something like having a girls' night out, or something like that. Stop saying hosting, because I think that for bookings, that kind of scares people, and they're like, ugh. They just think like an old grandma type of party. Something you can say though while you're planting those booking seeds, I'll let them say it right now, is, and if you want to be held accountable, say, hey, if I don't ask you at the end of this party, if you want to host a party, I'm going to give you $5 off your order. Okay. So if I had something like that, where I'm specific, and they're going to wait for you to ask for them to have a party. So you've already set them up to not be caught off guard when you're asking them. So $5 is steep. If you've got like 10 guests and you haven't asked 10 people, that's $50, right? That's enough accountability for me, because hubby does not want me coming home saying, I'm going to spend $50 because I was too embarrassed to ask if these ladies, if they wanted to have a party. No. So I'm not saying you have to do that, but if you're the type of person who shies away, it might be something that might give you enough motivation to ask them at checkout, at that full service checkout. So let me see what else I had to say today. I think that's it for now. The most important thing, ladies, is to have fun at your party. Smile, be excited to be there. Even if you are so nervous, it's a party. People are there to have a good time, and you should too. So just again, it's all about your mindset. Get yourself psyched up to get those bookings. The party is really where your business is going to grow. So make the most of it. If you're going to spend time on anything, it's that party presentation, okay? Obviously, don't be stressed about it while you're playing the island game, or, just have fun. And if something happens that it's not supposed to, laugh it off and have fun. But people are going to want to book parties with you when they can relate to you and they feel comfortable with you. So that's my 2 cents. So we are going to talk soon about recruiting at the party, and we can also talk about partying online, because that's a whole other ball game. So your social media presence and partying really can benefit over social media if you're doing it right. So that's going to be one of our trainings soon. So thank you guys so much. Homework. I want you all to, if you haven't done so already, from part 1, I still haven't seen Frank's lists. I still haven't seen cross-pollinating. So I want to see those. Part 2, I still haven't seen any 30-second commercials for why you're a 31 consultant. I haven't seen any. And the third, now you've got 3 weeks of homework to do. I want you to start working on your party presentation, specifically looking at some different and fun booking activities that you are going to try at your next party. Okay? Because you can do this. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. You are business owners. So you need to start thinking that way. Once you have that mentality, I promise you, your business is going to change. So thanks again for being so flexible and allowing me to Zoom alone. I will let you guys know when our next Zoom conference call will be. I can't wait to see you guys. So, all right, have a great day, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.